Hey guys, it is Carl Brown for GuitarLessons365.com. Classic one from blink-182. Blink-182 today. We'll learn how to do What's My Age Again. So this one's got some fun stuff in it. It's got that little cleaner. It's a good little picking work out there. And then obviously some really fun riffs to play as well. So we're gonna go through the whole song in the order that everything was recorded, and hopefully you guys will be able to quickly get this one under your belt. Now, before I do, please subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Ring the notification bell, kind of like, comment, and watch the videos. It really helps. And if you really want to support what I do here on YouTube and want to get a little bit more out of it, check out the link in the description. It's a link to my Guitar Academy. It's a GL365 Academy. It's all my guitar courses. One subscription gives you full access to everything, including the live streams I do with just Academy members every Saturday. And personalized support from me. And I got courses for complete beginners to more advanced courses on technique, improvisation, ear training, theory, guitar tone. It's a great community, so come join us. All right, so let's jump into the track. So I am in standard tuning, and we're gonna start on a clean tuning. Okay, here we go. So this intro, you can kind of pick it a few different ways, but we'll go through what's going on in the left hand first, or fret hand, whatever way you're playing. And then I'll give you a couple different ways to pick it. So let's start here with basically a 4-note lick that repeats, and the root note changes, or the bass note basically changes every time. So what you want to do is first start here. When you first hear the song come in, it sounds like it comes in the middle of the riff. So it's going to start here on this 9th fret there on the D string, and then the 11th fret on the G, and the 11th fret on the B. So that's what you're gonna be holding, those 3 notes. So what's gonna change is the root note. So what we're gonna start is the actual pattern that we're gonna be picking, and I'll talk about how to pick it in a second, but we're basically picking the D string, then the G, then the B string, and then back to the G string. So it's a little 4-note pattern. So as we repeat that though, we're going to move the note and the bass around. So it was the 9th fret on the D, so then the next time around, you're gonna play the 9th fret on the A. So you're gonna pick that note, and then the rest of the lick is the same. You're gonna still pick the G string, and the B, and back to the G. So that you're holding there at the 11th fret on both of them. So we have this. Just like that. And then the third time through, you're gonna move that bass note over to the low E string at the 9th fret. So you're gonna pick that one, then you gotta skip all the way over and pick the G, B, G again. So we have this so far. And then the last one is you're going to go over here to the 11th fret there on the low E. So you're gonna move up here, just with your middle finger, and you're gonna pick that note in the bass, and then the same thing up top that we did before. So we basically had this. And then it kind of just repeats that. All right, so now we basically repeat that riff 7 times, and then the 8th time through, it's a little bit different. So it starts the same. We're gonna start with that 9th fret on the D string, then the 9th fret on the A. But this time, when we get to the 9th fret on the low E, you're gonna repeat the pattern twice with that 9th fret on the low E in the bass. So this is the very last time right before they get into the first chorus. So you do that twice. And then back, it doesn't do that 11th fret one. It just jumps straight back to the 9th fret here on the D, and it does that one twice. So you can kind of think that that's the 8th time through is just this. And then we're good to go kick in the distortion, go to the chorus. Now, how do you pick this? Now, I'm alternate picking it. I like to alternate pick stuff like this. That is kind of, I guess, not very easy for a lot of players. So maybe a little bit easier way of doing it is to pick this kind of lick going down, down, up, up. What that does is it's taking your pick in the direction of the next string you're gonna pick every single time. So if you're holding that right there, down, down, then up, up. So it's just it's pretty efficient. Down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up. So you can do it either way. That's pretty efficient and smooth. The alternate picking one's one of those things you kind of, I do it because it kind of helps lock in rhythmically a little bit easier, kind of the strict alternate picking. But yeah, it's probably not as efficient as movement as picking it down, down, up, up. All right, so that's how you would play that. And then you would kick into the chorus, first chorus. So kick in the distortion. And at the end of that, you hear that kind of picking pattern comes in as they hold this chorus. So there's a little overdub there, but then it gets to verse 2, which is played different than verse 1. So they abandon that picking pattern and go into like this kind of chunked up power chords thing. But this chorus is going to start with this F sharp power chord. It's the power chord off the 2nd fret of the low E string. So it's the 2nd fret of the low E and the 4th fret of the A and the 4th fret of the D. So from there, then take it to the power chord off the 4th fret of the A string. So this is the 4th fret on the A, 6 on the D, and 6 on the G. So this. Then take that shape up 2 frets to the 6th fret, and then down to the 2nd fret. There's 4 chords there, so it's going to repeat those 3 times. So it's just. So in between, when he's doing these changes, if you really pay close attention to what's going on here, you're going to hear some open strings. So that kind of makes the change. You hear this. You hear like it's a quick little open string hit. You don't want to emphasize those, but that kind of helps facilitate the chord change. So it's not. Yeah, he's not doing that. He's just. So you can hear that. See, there's a quick little, it's a light upstroke on the open strings. Kind of just fills up the sound, but you can't really hear it that well. You're really hearing the chords, but it helps facilitate the shifting around. So he's not having to jump back and forth. So this happens in most music, by the way, on guitar. So once you focus on it, you can't really even tell it's there. And then the 4th time through, you hear this. You're gonna hold this 6th fret one on the top, then take it down to 4, not 2. So. And then go down to that B chord and kind of hold that. So that's the 4th time through, a little bit different. So for the chorus all together again. So over that, you're gonna hear the. And then, boom, it jumps into verse 2, which is completely different than verse 1. And it looks like this. Then back to the chorus. So this is kind of heavily palm muted, and you're going to start. So the chords are just going to be kind of based around the same chords that we did in the chorus. just a little bit different order. You're gonna start with the B. So we have this B power chord, this is like the second fret that we just did on the A string. Then the F sharp there on the second fret of the low E. Then up to the fourth fret there, power chord off the fifth string, the C sharp power chord. And then the D sharp here, up here at the sixth fret. So do that 3 times. And once again, the fourth time is slightly different. We're gonna do this. The first 2 are the same, or first 3 are the same. But when you get to that third chord, that C sharp right here, you're gonna hold that, and then take it down to the second fret there at the B. So all together for the verse, number 2. Now let that chord build, and then we're back to the chorus. So it's the same chorus as before, so nothing new to learn there. And then we get to the bridge. So the bridge comes up here. We'll kick it back to a clean tone, and we have this. Then back to the chorus. All right, so that's gonna start with this 9th fret there on the D, and then that 11th fret on the G and the B. So you're gonna hold that same first chord basically when we did that picking pattern at the beginning of the song, but you're just gonna pick the D string, B, G, and let that ring. So we have this. And then you're gonna let that ring, and then the second time through, you're just gonna pick the B to the G. So it's a little bit more subdued. So we have this. Then repeat what you just did. And we had this little. So that is the 9th fret on the A string played 3 times. Then you're gonna hammer on 8 to 9 on the D string. You're gonna do that 4 times. And we have this cool little figure, it looks like this. So that's gonna start here. So basically the chord that you're holding here is gonna be the 9th fret there on the A, 8th on the D string, and then the 11th fret there on the G. So you're gonna pick the A string to the D, back to the A, so it is, then over to the G string. Then you're gonna pick the A string and then the D string again. So this. And then what you're gonna do to start it over, you're gonna, instead of just picking the A string once, you're gonna pick it twice. So like this. So is that kind of, the first time you just pick it once. Oh, sorry. And then from there, you're gonna pick it twice to start the riff. But it's the same thing repeated after, besides that. So this. All right, now from there, we go back to the chorus. Same chorus as before, this time done 3 times though. So that same. That's time, and then 2 more times. Now, the only difference here, so obviously you're playing it longer, but also at the very end of the song, they play a B sus2 chord with F sharp in the bass. Sounds complicated, but it's not much worse than what we're already doing. So it's basically this. So at the very end of the song, kind of a nice way to end the song. So all that chord is, though, is, so you're not just in it on a powerful, see how dull that sounds? End it with that. So it's a full bar now at the 2nd fret. And then in front of that, you're gonna play the 4th fret there on the D, and then the 4th fret on the G. All the other strings, so it's 2, 2, 4, 4, 2, 2. So that the bar is taking care of all the 2s, obviously. So all 6 strings are heard. And that's the last chord in the song. It's a great way to end it. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's a fun one to play. It's got a nice little picking exercise in there too. It's not an easy riff to... You can rock it up a little bit like that too. It's kind of fun. I think they do that a lot live. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you again soon for GuitarLessons365.com.